Hey guys, welcome back to the Movement Project. So today we're talking about a postural deficiency called the winged scapula. This commonly happens to people when they're constantly in a rounded forward posture. So when we're sitting down, we're talking on our phone, we're typing on the computer, or maybe we're playing sports, we're in libero and volleyball, we're constantly right here. What happens is we start to lose strength and stability around our scapula, and it kind of tilts forward, and you can see the bottom kind of protruding out. When it should be right along the rib cage, it should be freely to move, but it should be strong and stable right along the rib cage. It shouldn't be popping outward. So what happens a lot of times is, we have a very, very tight anterior musculature of our chest and shoulders. So the pec minor specifically, that attaches to the anterior angle of that scapula, is kind of pulling us inward. We kind of get this terrible rounded in shoulder, so we kind of need to open that up. We're also going to work on the medial border of our scapula, open that up, and then we're going to show you guys a PNF stretch to help with that issue, as well as a strength exercise to help strengthen those depressors of the scapula, specifically the serratus anterior. So first thing I'm going to do is put the ball right along the wall. My pec minor goes all the way from just underneath my scapula here and attaches to rib 3, 4, and 5. So I've got this chunk of tissue I can work in, kind of inside the armpit, right underneath the scap. And what I'm going to do is just kind of press side to side into that tissue. Alright? I'm going to feel for tender spots. If I feel one, I'm going to try to breathe into it. I can even kind of work into full range of shoulder motion to try to release all that tension, do the tack down method, and then again start to pancake, oscillate, move around, try to search for all those tender tissues, spend more time on whichever one is the tightest. Alright, when I get through that, I'm going to go ahead and work on the medial border of the scapula. So sometimes that tissue can get glued down. We want it to be freely moving. So we're going to put it all along the inside border, making sure that we're on the outside of the spine. So I can set it on the ground. I can put it into place. We'll go first rib from the beginning, so we're going to go way up top here. And what you're going to do is some scaptions. So you're going to start an internal rotation of your shoulder, reach across to your opposite pocket, and then start to flip. Externally rotate your shoulder and draw it as far into the Y position as you can, reaching for the floor. Breathe through it and draw back down. After you do about 5 to 10 reps there on that first rib, move down second, third rib, and then go through it again. Alright, work into as many positions as you can right along that medial border. Alright, so maybe 4 or 5 positions, and then switch sides. When you get done with that, I'm going to take you guys to a doorway. So a doorway, a squat rack. Yep, come on with me. Alright, so for me, this specific doorway isn't quite narrow enough, but it works okay. I'm going to take my hands, making sure my elbows are right across my shoulders. I'm going to kind of lean in, making sure that my chin, everything from my spine is straight. I'm going to press forward into a big stretch, so I feel it all across my chest through my shoulders. And to make it a PNF stretch, I'm going to kind of work on that neurological response so that my nervous system can let go. I'm going to press into the wall for 5 seconds. So I'm literally pushing into the wall. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go back into that stretch. Okay, spine straight, abs are braced. I'm only finding that range of motion from my shoulder, and then again, press and relax. Okay, again, really important that you keep your abs braced. You don't want to be hyperextending your back. Do 5 to 10 reps of that. 5 should be sufficient enough so you can get a little bit more range of motion every single time. And the last thing that we're going to do is strengthen those depressors of the scapula. Remember, we're anteriorly tilted. You need to be able to kind of take the scap from this position to this position, okay? Then it needs to be able to freely glide. So what we're going to do is get down into the push-up position. We're going to go from retracting our shoulder blades to protracting our shoulder blades. I'm going to make sure my shoulders are up towards my ears, so they're down. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades together and drive them apart. The elbow doesn't move. All the movement comes from my shoulder blades. So again, draw them together and drive them apart. Draw them together. Exaggerate retraction. Drive them apart. For everything that we do, abs are nice and braced. Engage your glutes and make sure that movement is only coming from up here. It's not a very big movement. Okay? So there you have it. Soft tissue work, isolated stretch, and then finally a strengthening exercise. Hopefully that helps. Good luck.